Oh, but my left side brains. I knew I wouldn't forget you, so I went and let you blow my mind. Your sweet moonbeams, the smell of you in every single dream I dream. Knew when we collided, the one I have decided, that's one of my kind. Hey, soul sister, ain't that Mr. on the radio, stereo, the way you're moving, there you know. Hey, soul sister, I don't wanna miss a single thing you do tonight. Hey, 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 hey. So, Sunday being Mother's Day, I decided to alter the plans here a little bit because, I mean, at some point I should talk about Mom, and I should talk a little bit about what moms mean to me anyway. And I have more than one mom. In fact, I count as many as 4 mothers, which is probably not a record if you count them all like I count them. But, you know, the first mother was Gail. And that was my birth mother. And what was fantastically amazing to me when I first met her was the moment she said, "I've searched for you my whole life. And I've wondered." And it struck me because I hadn't considered quite fully that, you know, when I was born and then put up for adoption and then delivered to the Burkes, I didn't have a void or a gap in my life. I hadn't really noticed that I'd given up a parent because I was so young. But I'm very grateful that Gail made the choice to have a child. And I'm very grateful that the decision was made to put me up for adoption so that I might have an opportunity. And an incredible opportunity is what I did have growing up with my adopted mother, who was a nurse. And despite the fact that she couldn't have children, she spent decades as an OBGYN nurse bringing children in to this world. And so her lifespan, if you will, her life path has been really quite amazing as you look at it from the standpoint of the American female, I suppose. I asked her one day, I said, how is it that, this is actually quite prescient now that I think of it. I asked her one day, because I've always done these kind of things. I said, how is it that today we hear about people waiting years to adopt a single child? And how is it that between 1966 and 1969, you didn't adopt one, but you actually adopted 3 children? And she looked me straight in the eye and she said, Roe versus Wade, which was really quite a stunning statement on the affairs of the question. And so it's with that eye that I sort of look at all of the things going on, and I ask myself, you know, one day, what is the really big issue here? Is this a pro-life and a pro-choice question? And the answer is, it's neither of the above, because we don't believe in life. We kill all sorts of life. And life is really what it's all about. It's about finding balance with the life around you. And I loved growing up in the household that I did for a lot of reasons, but one of which was that my mom was very artistic. And she would go through phases. In one phase, she painted. And in this picture, she was painting and actually painted the farmhouse that she grew up on. And I visited when I was a little child. But Grandma and Grandpa moved off the farm when I was about, I think, 10 or 11. She also did stained glass for a number of years. And there's a, I don't know where it went, but there's a chandelier about twice the size, maybe 3 times the size of this one, that she made. It's huge and weighs a ton. But she had these great hobbies and always did. Loved to do yard work, loved to do landscaping. She remodeled a house in Tomahawk, an old farmhouse, an entire old farmhouse bar resort into an incredible, property with 3 livable units on it. And I've always just been fascinated by just how creative and amazing a person she really is, because she embraces the idea that we can keep finding new things to do. And in fact, these days, she's doing quilting, and she has been for a number of years, and it's a wonderful hobby. And if I have one predictive sense of the future, it's that these quilting clubs are going to get much larger, and they're going to make up pants. They're going to make pants for a bunch of hippies. That's my prediction. But I'm very fortunate because as I look back and I consider the things that my mom influenced in my life, she was the reason we bought a sailboat, and she's the reason that I love to sail. She loved to go to church, and it's one of the reasons why I found Christ. She loved to sing, and so many more wonderful things. So on this Mother's Day weekend, I'm dedicating this video to my moms, and I'm wishing all the mothers everywhere a happy Mother's Day. And I'll see you guys next week. Peace.